الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Saida Zinat Abiola Kalajaye. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. We beseech Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to please him to put an end to this COVID-19 soon. Bikudrati ta'ala bijayi Sayyid al-Hujud. Today inshallah we shall be discussing another wonderful topic, which is living a meaningful life. I think yes, we are at home, and at the same time we should use the opportunity to achieve a lot by educating ourselves. And today we'll be discussing this topic, living a meaningful life. What are the things you need to put in place if you really want to live a meaningful life? The first thing is you have to be ready to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's the primary assignment of your existence. You need to worship Allah as if you are going to die now. You need to worship Allah as if she will not see Maghrib. You need to worship Allah as if you will not see Isha. You need to worship Him as if you are not going to see Zobui, Zuri, and Hasri. And I'm going to base my topic on four things that we need to put in place if we really want to live a meaningful life. Number one is worshiping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Number two is ihsan, that is goodness. Number three is legacy. Number four is making impact, and I think that making impact and legacy are both interwoven. I really want to talk on thankfulness, appreciating people and appreciating yourself as well. So basically, worshiping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you all know the 6 articles of faith and the 5 pillars of Islam. But that is not enough. Are we doing all this religiously as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has prescribed it for us in the Holy Quran? Are we following the sayings of Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? What are we doing? Are we really doing it for the sake of Allah, or we are doing it for people to praise us? So we need to be careful, very, very careful. We need to ask ourselves, we need to do self-appraisal. If anything happens, will Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept me? When we are praying or trying to do any of these the religious activities or obligations, we do it with the foundation of, oh Allah, la'allah, maybe Allah will accept it. We keep on begging Him to accept it from us and at our ibadah. So even when we are worshiping Him, we should worship Him because that is our primary assignment. I've never created a being for nothing except to come and worship me. We have to learn how to do things according to the instructions of the Holy Quran and the sayings of Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and also from one of the philosophical thoughts that we know is accepted by the Quran, by the Hadith. So you need to know yourself. Who are you? Where are you going to? Where are you coming from? We discuss this topic from the angle that people will understand me better. If you know, okay, I'm coming from my parents. My parents, they brought me to this world, yeah. But someone is in charge, and that is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if you know He's in charge, from the beginning till now, till the end, then you need to worship Him wholeheartedly. Don't worship because you are seeking something from Allah. That is why when you are praying, you must have prayers that is based on your personal request. That one is separate. You must have prayers that is based on connecting, uniting with your Creator. That one is ibadah purely. I'm not saying ibadah kul al-faraid. After your compulsory prayers, you shouldn't ask Allah anything. No. But you know that one is compulsory. And that is where comes your nawafil, qiyamul layl. Fata'ajjadu bihi nafilatan laka. Asa yabu'aka maqaman mahmudan. By the time you create quality extra time for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then you know you'll be expecting uncommon favors, uncommon blessings from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the world will be like, oh, why is it living like this? Why is everything coming his way easily? No. You are connected with your creator while others are sleeping. You have something doing tangible with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala while others are doing what? Are playing. You are spending for the needy, for the orphans, for the aged ones, while others are spending their money on parties or on these worldly things that has no reward instead of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So when we say when we say worship Allah, it is very wide. You can worship Allah in many ways after the articles of faith and the five pillars of Islam. Number 2, that is goodness, kindness, generous to people. And we can find it in Surah An-Nahl. وَبَعْدَ أَعُوذُ بِاللَّهِ مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إِنَّ اللَّهَ مَعَ الَّذِينَ اتَّقَوْا وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ مُحْسِنُونَ. Indeed, Allah is with those who fear Him and those who do of good. And I would like to say, Al-Hisanu yanqasimu ila salasa. Our goodness is divided into 3. La hawalan, the lie, linnas, wal hayawanat. Or hayawan, in any way. Lillah, you have to be good to Allah. And the only way you can be good to Allah is to be saying Alhamdulillah. Wa kullu tahalili wa kullu tahamidi sadaqah. And even when you are doing that, you'll be rewarded as if you are doing is an act of charity. And as well, when there is charity, there is ibadah. I think we are getting my point. You have to be good to your creator. You need to appreciate him. Because being human is a great opportunity. And we need to appreciate Allah for that. And don't forget, by the time you are trying to appreciate Allah, you are appreciating yourself, because more favors of Allah bestow on you and your entire family. Al-Hisan Linnas. You have to be good to mankind. You see Allah in everybody. So far you are favored today doesn't mean you are the best. You can flash back to your secondary school period. Some of people that are very brilliant today, yes, alhamdulillah, you see some of them, they are doing fine. But sometimes you will see some of them that are very good. But by the time you compare yourself to them, you say, alhamdulillah, baby, we are together. It was brilliant then. She was doing great then. And that is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for you. So you have to be good to people, irrespective of their religion, their culture, their tradition, their gender, or what have you. We need to be good to people. Always. And by the time we are being good to them, indirectly, we are appreciating the work of Allah. Then we are appreciating Allah. And Allah will appreciate you more. You have to be good to mankind. When I said mankind, you have to be good to yourself. Everybody is afraid. Yes. We are afraid. We need to fear Allah. We have to be very prayerful. Take all the cautions. We wash our hands. And at the same time, we need to make ourselves happy, because anxiety kills a lot. We need to make ourselves happy. Make life more comfortable, more bearable for ourselves. To our family, to an extended family, to the societies, and to our neighbors. Do you know an ordinary smile is an act of charity? And it goes a very long way. Manners of approach is also very, very important. So when I say goodness, if you are not good to yourself, you won't know how to be good to others, because you won't feel the goodness in you. can never give what you don't have. That's my own philosophy about life. So basically, you have to be good to animals. Treat them well. We have the same soul. Because Allah has favored you to be human being doesn't mean you are better than them in sight of Allah. Some of them. Because you don't know where they are coming from. Your animals are also important. You have to be good to them. The third one is living a legacy. If you really want to live a meaningful life, you must live a legacy. What are you doing? It's not compulsory you have to be a millionaire. If you know how to write, put down your pen and put something down for people to benefit. If you know how to lecture, sit down, lecture people and let people benefit from you. What you can do effortlessly, what you can do perfectly, what you can do that makes you happy, even when you are not, even they are not paying you anything. And from your passion, you'll be able to bring out your legacy. What you are very good in cooking, and you know, oh, the rate of divorce in our society, because that's going to be my next topic, inshallah. The rate of divorce in our society today is really alarming. It's something to talk about. And you look at it, you say, okay, it seems the girls are having the issue of cooking, keeping the house management. And you said, okay, fine, I want to have a master class with them. It's a legacy. It's something. Just sit down and think, what can I do for people? And that is why I said legacy and making impact in people's life are both interwoven. By the time you are living legacy, you are working on your legacy, you are making impact in people's life, and you are adding values to their lives. By the time you are doing that, you are worshiping Allah. And people will remember you for good. So people will say, okay, I can only talk, I can only write, put it down. When you put it down, look for people that has the power, that has the means to assist you, letting it reach out to the world. But please, no matter what you want to put down, let it be something you won't regret in the future, which is very, very important. When you are leaving your legacy, consider the position, your present position. And don't forget, no condition is permanent. If you are doing anything today, don't favor your own community alone. La farqa bayna al-Arab wal-Ajami illa bi-taqwa Allah. The only thing we can use to differentiate the Arabs and the black ones is just the fear of Allah. Nothing. Oh, so don't say because these ones are from my community. They are from my state. I would do everything humanly possible to support them. No. You don't discriminate. You really want to live a meaningful life. Live for everybody to enjoy you, to remember you for good. You don't just say because you have the power today, then my legacy will be based on my authority. No. You may not have the authority tomorrow. So today that you have the authority, make use of it wisely and nicely. Inna Allaha ya'muru bil adli wal ihsan. Legacy is part of ihsan. It's part of goodness. But when you are doing it, please make sure you do justice. And even sometimes, you know, we are very used with I think let me favor my people for some time, but later, who says that later will come for you? How are you sure? So that means when you are trying to live your legacy and making impact, don't ever postpone it. Whatever you want to do, do it right now. You don't procrastinate if you really want to live a meaningful life. And that's something you need to do. You might be having the mind, I want to do this. Okay, let me list them out. I'll do that later. No. Now is the right time to do it. You can think big and start small. So do it right now. No matter what. If you don't have anything you are living for the world to see, to emulate, to remember you for, start it right now. If you have your diary, pick it up right now and put it down in your diary. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is great. Even if you don't have the means to do it, to one of your children definitely will do it for you because your intention is pure. Don't forget that you need to appreciate people if you want to live a meaningful life. Learn how to say thank you. You know, he said it, a son, you have to be good to yourself. So you must not be selfish. When you are good to yourself, you need to be good to others as well. If you are not able to thank Allah, you won't thank human being. So you must learn how to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's your first assignment. Every day when you wake up in the morning and you're alhamdulillah, I'm still alive. Oh, alhamdulillah, alladhi adana ba'da mamatina. Because don't forget, we have many people like that. Their subi has turned to their grave. May Almighty Allah give us a long life to worship Him more and more and more. So for you to wake up in the morning is a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You say alhamdulillah. And that will give you the zeal to achieve something for that day, because it really bring out the best in you. Oh, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. At least I still have time today to do something. Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. For you to wake up in the morning, go to the bedroom, have your bed, observe your subi prayer, is a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You need to appreciate Allah and thank Allah for that. That some people, they can't do it. They have to wait for their mate to come and do it for them. There's some people, they can't carry their hands, they can't carry their legs. There's nothing they can do except they will be expecting someone to come and do it for them, and they'll be paying. Allah Akbar. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. You need to appreciate Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala if you really want to live a meaningful life. Learn how to say Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen every day. Every day, at least 100 times in the morning before stepping out. So by the time you are saying Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, Allah said in the Holy Quran, "Ma yaf'alu llahu bi'adhabikum in shakartum wa amantum." You know, if you have anything bothering your mind that you've been praying over for years and Allah has been saying no, just go to your Tamid. Start saying Alhamdulillah. You can decide on any number, but at least, let's say 100. You do it after Subi, after Zuri, after Maghrib, after Isha. I'm being a Shafi wal Watri. You try to do it as well. In between Shafi and Witri, you do one. Let's see what comes out of it. Allah said, if you really want to live a meaningful life, you must learn how to say Alhamdulillah. Thank me, Allah. Thanking me has nothing to do for me. It will only favor you more and not me. Allah will call on the angels. See, that is one of my servants appreciating me. Please go and ask him. Ask her. Give her all her heart's desires. So you must learn how to thank Allah. He said, "Ma yaf'alu llahu bi'adhabikum in shakartum wa amantum." So you must learn how to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So you really want to live a meaningful life, don't forget, you have to worship Allah. You worship Allah. قل خبرني عن الإحسان قال أن تعبد الله كأنك تراه فإن لم تكن تراه فإنه يراك. You have to be good, and part of goodness is to be good to Allah. And when you are good to Allah, you worship Him as if He's in front of you, because if you don't see Him, He sees you. No, we all know we have divided mind when we are praying. And that is why we have our little askars after salat to complement our divided intentions. May Almighty Allah forgive all of us. So you worship Allah wholeheartedly. Then number 3, you learn to leave a legacy. Do something. No matter where you are, let people say, oh my God, that woman, she's great. Oh, that man is wonderful. Even when you are gone, the words after you from human being will be based on your judgment. Because Prophet said so. Wajabat twice. And the Sahaba has, Ya Rasulallah, for the good person, wajabat, for the bad person, wajabat. And the Prophet said, Antum shuhadahi Allahi fil ardi. You have testified to it. That's why in Islam, it is unaccepted that we say anything bad of the late ones among us or the dead ones among us. So you have to leave legacy for people to emulate. Let people say, I want to be like so person. I want to be like so person. It can be it can be in your approach, the way you communicate, the way you let people, the way you make people happy. It's not compulsory you have to be a millionaire. It can be ordinary visits. It can be ordinary messages. And that is why we have to be very careful on the issue of social media. We should learn not to spread fake news. Anything you are not sure of, please, don't say it. Don't repost. And that is why the better option for you now is to watch news direct. Not through the social media, because we have fake news. So we have to be very careful. Your legacy is very, very important. And by the time you're leaving your legacy, what are you doing to impact? That legacy will definitely impact in other people's soul. It will impact in other people's lives. It will change them for good. And another thing is, you must learn how to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You appreciate Allah, because by the time you are doing that, He has promised us. And when He promised, inna wa'da Allahi haqqun, He fulfilled His promises. That is Allah for you. You should start doing it right now. If you don't have anything that people will say about you when you are no more, even by your willingness to do it, you will be rewarded as if you have done it. Because your intention is good already. You can put it down. You can share it with your children. Actually, I'm very young, but these are the things I would like to do when I have the money. I would love to have this. I would love to have this. I want people to benefit from this. I want people to learn from the school. You can do anything. You can do anything. May Almighty Allah make it easy for us and accept all our little efforts as an act of ibadah. May we give us the wherewithal to be able to be good ambassadors of Islam. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة الأعين واجعلنا للمتقين إماما. لا حول لنا ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.